What's going on, YouTube? So today this video is all about me finishing the basement, drying it in, putting a roof on it, and then moving in, living in it full time for the winter. It is just another beautiful day here in paradise, and we just had a fresh snowfall, and I'll give you a tour of the property so far. Obviously, you can see the window and the door and the roof are in. First load of lumber is here. I have my beams right here, and those will hold up my center support, or I'm sorry, these are piers. So piers go vertical, and then these will hold my beams. And then I got my sill plate, which is here. Let me actually push it. Push it over toward me just a hair. Yeah, that was good. And then we hammer the end pieces. Okay, we'll flip it. Is that lined up on your end? Yeah, it's because the middle ones are... Yeah, this one's lined up.
It looks square, even. I think it's good. Well, it looks like it's...
Yeah, that's on there.
Yeah.
Then we can just hammer these next ones. This one's on. This one's on. Oh! Mike, show the people at home how it's done.
I got a split. I can fix it though.
Nice. was nervous. Yeah, give us a second. We'll move these. Two of these, and we can put them down. All right, let's put it down.
All right, go ahead.
All right, well, Mike, what are you doing here?
Well, we got to get this beam in here because it's going to hold up the what do you call it? The center
beam, the center beam.
So this is the brace for it, but the lag bolts that, or the anchor bolts, what do you call them?
Yeah, anchor bolts.
Anchor bolts that go into the concrete. They only make them 7 inches.
7 inches. This is 6.
So
Yeah, this is right.
So rather than countersinking halfway through this thing, because you got about 2.5 inches of insulation here, we're just going to embed this. Now, all the old timers were like, "Oh, you're going to want to embed that in there," and my thoughts too, like, why?
Why would we take out all the styrofoam?
Look at this mess we're making here.
Yeah, and it insulates.
But that's why.
That's why.
They always know what they're talking about.
These old timers, sometimes they don't tell you why. This is the second pier. I'm coming in 190 inches from the north wall. That's the same exact distance as the other pier that I have in already. And so I got a mark here at the bottom. I'm going to scoot this up to the mark. And these Fox blocks, every 8 inches, there's actually plastic material that you can screw drywall into, but you want to cut the insulation in between those two plastic pieces, because otherwise it's going to be harder to tear away from the wall. And so I'm putting my support columns in between the Fox block material, and I'm going to just be able to excavate. I will be able to excavate the styrofoam. I have a scrap piece of wood here that's going to show you exactly what it's going to look like. Okay, so the anchor is going to stick out about this far on the other side of the pillar. So this is here. So that means we have to flush mount this side, which means I'll drill 2 inches deep here so that we can get this into the concrete. Now what I'm using to drill is this angle drill, and that's going to pop through the block, which is 6 inches long, and that comes out to about here. And then I have a black line that I drew on Sharpie marker to tell me to stop drilling. So that's how deep into the concrete I will be going, that far. And that will give me enough grip, these anchor bolts, to affix this column to the wall, and then what's holding the beam and holding my floor, holding up my entire house, it's not going to be going anywhere. Plus, there's a lot of vertical forces pushing it down, but this is just extra precaution. Maybe there's an earthquake or something, which we have, so these will help prevent any movement during such an event. Here we go, setting the beams. Damn it, guys, I'm sorry. I had an excavator come out here to lift them and the GoPro died on me. And they were kind of doing me a favor, so they're in and out pretty quick, but here we go. Center support beams are up, 1 and 2, and you'll see that cavity in the center. The reason for that is I'm actually going to be building up cement blocks up, and that'll hold the fireplace. So that'll support the fireplace from inside the house. But that's good because what I'm gonna do now is cap it, put in the floor joist. And so now I just gotta bolt down the sill. And so keep blocks along the center support beam. And with the blocking, then I can walk on these rafters. So it's a lot safer up here now. And then alternate so I can nail in. So like I can nail in from the top and from the top without those getting in the way. So I put the blocking in between the joists on the center support, and then I put more blocking here, and these are 16 inches on center. I have put in all the blocking and joists and nailed them all down. So today I was supposed to put in the plywood and waterproof it, but we've had some activity. You can see this beam, it's all crooked. Maybe about 4 inches off kilter. So now today I'm gonna go through and pop all the nails out of the joists. So pop the nails out, and then we're gonna jack up the joists, and then we're gonna use the Argo and the winch there. You can see it. And we're gonna pull the beam, straighten it out, drop the joists, nail everything back, straighten out the foundation. Hear me? Jeremy was able to help out. We cranked up these eye joists, and then we just banged this into place here. The backside of an axe. And that is back to being straight. Whew, half a day's work to fix some mistakes. As you can see, I'm laying down the plywood. So the trick to this that I learned is that you don't want a continuous seam. So you don't want that to be continuous. So you see how that's broken up, and then this is the seam here, and then it's broken up again. And the best way to do that is to cut a piece in half. So these pieces are 8 feet long, so 48 inches. And then you put the half piece down. You can see this one's a half piece, and we got a full piece there, and then I'm standing on a full piece. And that breaks it up, so 4 feet at that end and then 4 feet at that end. took me, how long did it take me? From putting up the lumber to the ice and water shield, say moose hunting, September, today's October 10th. So yeah, like 14 days straight of work, no days off. Just from my online business, couple of meetings, and then working here. Yeah, 14 days straight of manual labor, no weekends. But that's what it takes because it is snowing. So I literally just finished it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so look at that, huh? It looks fucking nice. Sorry, I'm not cursing anymore. It looks really nice. So, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Waterproofed all the way around. Here is my house. Got this big open space. That means in the spring I can put up walls, second floor, and a roof. All good things come in time. This winter though, I will put some blue tarps over this just for extra protection. Move the solar panels up here and then shovel it a lot. What do you guys want from me? I'll have a roof. This is why people have roofs. They don't have to shovel their house. I have to shovel my house. But that's how money works. That's how seasons work. That's how time works. You only do so much. R20 concrete walls? Are you guys kidding me? Concrete insulated walls? Who even has these? 20 years ago, I don't even think these things existed, but there you go. This is state-of-the-art situation here. I mean, is it a bunker? Did I build a bunker in Alaska? No. No, it's a house. It's a house. Bunker. It's a bunker. Don't tell me. Well, everyone's gonna know now. Kind of a dumb idea to build a secret bunker in Alaska and then post a YouTube channel about it. What's up?
Why don't you want to do the end one?
Oh, because I want to be able to stick my head up here to fill this up.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
Oh man, these goggles are so much better. Now that the vents are open. Yeah, but put the mask on the plugs up here. So this is going to be my toilet in the basement. It's above the ground, so I'm gonna have to build a bench, but that'll be okay. I'll still have gravity emptying it into the septic. This is the vent here. Put that in. Now this is all dried in. That means I haven't glued it yet, so that's what I'm gonna do now, is glue it. Well, it's interesting. I do have insulation pretty much up. It needs I need to put the vapor barrier in, but without a heater on. It's 40 degrees Fahrenheit in here, and this is the coldest corner of the basement on the ground. And you know, last night it got down to 11, and then today, right now, it's like 31 outside. But the temperature in the basement does not drop below freezing. Got some puddles here still that are still liquid, so that's nice. bubble there. That's good. It's late October and I need to winterize the apple trees. So I also need to take inventory on which trees are which. So this is going to discourage rabbits, squirrels, shrews, anything going through my garden this winter. Underneath the snow is when I'm most worried about it, from chewing on my trees. So these rodents have weak teeth and they can't bite through metal. Time to put the plow on the Argo. What I'm doing is taking out these bolts that help hold in this axle mount. And this is the summer bolt, this is the winter bolt. As you can see, this is a ½ inch longer because the steel plate that holds the plow is ½ inch thicker. And I actually just ran to the hardware store to pick up these bolts because I couldn't get those old ones to thread the needle, so to speak. But it's simple enough. That goes in there. Now, I got this breaker bar. Maybe I should invest in a socket wrench, make my life easier. But I've already been to the hardware store today and I am tired of driving into town. And so for today, this breaker bar is going to be my favorite tool. Okay, famous last words. I ended up stripping a bolt, so I did have to run to the hardware store. So I picked up another socket that fits better. Anyway, my handle's shorter, but I think I figured it out. Oh, time for the moment of truth. I just got the pitless well installed outside. I got it off right now, but the water comes up here. There's my little Walmart water filter. I really just have to take the rust out of the water. It's got a little bit of iron in it because it's slightly acidic, so when it sits in the well casing, it absorbs that iron. But this should do a good job. It flows into here. This is about half filled up. And then comes out of here. You can see I had a little bit of a drip, but I tightened that up. So this is my jet pump. That looks like it's leaking slightly, doesn't it? That's new. Anyway, that comes here. 44-gallon pressure tank. And then my plumbing to, this will be my shower eventually. Got a little spigot there. Toilet and sink. Oh, that looks like it's working, huh? Well, Oh no, it is working. Look at that. Okay. This should turn off. There's a little bit of a leak. Don't like that. Okay, water flowing in there. That's filling up. That's good. Let's see the sink here. Oh, you see that rust color? Oh, it cleans up quick. Oh, look at that. No leaks coming out of here. Hell yeah. Well, that's good. We got some water. And then this pump is on. I certainly don't like that water coming out of it. That's not good. And then here, we got some water coming out too. Okay, so time for a little plumbing 101 that I didn't know. First of all, this is not up to code. You don't want to use that black iron. You want to use brass or plastic. And that's the only size that I had. That's why I used it. But I can see why that's a problem, because if you can hear, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but there is a leak right there where that stainless steel fitting goes into that iron. So that's no good. So that is slowly draining my pressure system over time. Everything's closed, so I can't fix it right now. But second big problem, I got this switched off, this handle. And the reason why is because this jet pump kept running. Why the hell does it keep running? Well, I need some kind of float or valve to prevent the water. So like once it reaches pressure, I needed the valve to just close up automatically. I'm sure it's called something, and I'm sure they make it, but it turns out that's what I need. But it does work, and I can use water and stuff. It's just dripping and draining my pressure, and also it's a manual process to close up the system. So I'll figure it out. I'll fix it. Take a look here at the roof. I got 2 blue tarps over it, but I also have ice and water shield underneath that on the plywood itself. So it is watertight. The tarps are just an extra precaution, and they're going to protect the ice and water shield from the shoveling and me walking on top of it. But here is the chimney. So that's looking just fine. Snow's coming out. It's pretty well insulated on the roof. You can see patches of the snow's melting like there and here by the chimney. So those are places where the insulation isn't as strong as I would want it to be. But this is weird, right? I don't know why this one, the insulation here is weak for whatever reason. So but the rest of the roof is holding up really well. And honestly, I can get up to 80 degrees downstairs and it holds up just fine. We got beautiful views of the mountains. And then you can see this is where the house is going to be built in the spring. But for now, the deck is a-okay. You'll notice here is my signal booster. I no longer use it because I've upgraded. So this is a signal booster to bring AT&T into the basement, but it was actually really, really bad. And I upgraded here to Starlink, which is incredible. It uses even less electricity. It's so fast. I mean, it's some of the fastest internet I've ever had. It's faster than any of the internet in town even. So, and it burns, hardly any, maybe 30 watts a second when it's on, but like it'll cycle on and off. So very, very little power consumption with it. Really cool. Really, really cool. Here's my driveway. I got this all closed out the slide. That's all winterized, and I'm gonna be selling that trailer in the spring. So if you guys are in market for a trailer with a wood stove in it, it's for sale. Hit me up. Here's the driveway. It's plowed with my Argo plow. And so this little tank is all done up for the winter. And then she keeps the snow away. The roof is holding up well. I do shovel it. I don't want too much weight on it, although it could probably hold another couple of feet of snow, most likely, but you know, I'd rather just shovel it, just be careful. And you can see here, like, direct sun on the roof, which is exactly why I put the house here on the property, because it gets the most sunlight. So I do have to move those solar panels up to there, and that'll just increase my capacity. I also need to get a couple more panels, but all in due time. Here we go. Here's my, now I'm pissed about this. I had to make another anyway, I had a normal door that almost fit, and then I had to get a smaller door. Anyway, I'm not happy about the door, guys, but it does have windows in it. But check it out. Here is the basement. There, got some lights in it. You can see I got that extension cord wiring going through. That's just the Frontier style of wiring that I'm gonna have here a little bit. Built the table, got my dining room table. We'll talk about this wood stove in here. This thing's a beast. Neighbor of mine hooked it up, very good guy, really helped me out. This is a Fisher wood stove. The cool thing about this stove is that you can open it, and it's supposed to be smokeless. Well, a little bit of smoke came out, but yeah, there we go. You can kind of open it and almost no smoke comes out. So it's a really nice wood stove. It doesn't get smoky at all in here when I'm feeding it. And like I said before, I can get up to 80 degrees. Let's check out the thermometer. What is it? 62? And I just had the door and window open cleaning for the video, so that's not bad at all. Here's my tool pile. I'm building a workbench. We'll get all those tools up there. I literally just finished the plumbing yesterday. So you can see a lot of water on the floor still. That's starting to dry up. Now, this is my jet pump, and this is my pressure tank, and the whole system holds pressure. I got a check valve, and that check valve's working out. And there's still a couple of drips there. I'm not an expert plumber, but I'll get those drips figured out. But right now it's holding pressure, and I have running water, and that's really, really awesome. And you can see my plumbing here to the septic system. You know, I wasn't gonna build a basement when I originally had the idea to have a house here, but after I sat on it for a year, I was like, I probably should have a basement. But unfortunately, that means the plumbing is up off the ground, so I had to build this kind of toilet tower. But everything works. The flushes, doesn't leak. I got water, I got pressure, I got a little kitchen sink. Again, because the plumbing's so high, I had to go up on the sink. So everything's custom, guys. Okay, I'm on the Frontier. Not much I can do about the plumbing. I can't stop gravity, but it's all temporary until I move in, you know, upstairs where the living is actually going to be. But it's very comfortable down here, very luxurious. I got high-speed internet, plenty of electricity, plenty of heat. Yeah, the heating doesn't cost me anything. I got all the insulation up. That took a while to hang, but it's R30. It holds in the heat really well. I got the vapor barrier up there, and I mean, there's no complaints. I like the window and the door is good, and then this window here, it brings in plenty of light. Those are east-facing windows, so I get the first ray of light in the morning, so that's really nice to wake up to. And yeah, I'm just kind of working on making it home. It's still a little bit of a mess, but you know, every day it gets a little bit better. It's just so nice to be inside, not have pipes freezing, have as much clean water as I want. It took me, I was looking at the numbers, it took me about almost exactly 60 days from the last upload till now to get this thing ready to live in. I've been living in it for the last 30 days, but it took me basically a month to get the plumbing and electricity and everything running the way I wanted to, and the stove. And then the snow just came this week. So winter's here, and I finish it up just in time. And I just want to, you know, talk to the community here and let you guys know that I'm no expert, And the whole point of this channel is to show you guys that if I can build a house up here, then anybody can build a house. And a lot of people keep complaining about how expensive homes are and how they're unattainable, and all these private equity companies own all the real estate. And that's just not true. If you want a house, you're gonna have to build one yourself. That's really what it comes down to. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have any debts. I've done everything myself. You know, it's not perfect. My plumbing leaks a little bit. I'll fix it. And every day, you know, I get one piece in there. Like for example, I got the check valve in there to stop the water from backflowing back into the tank, and that solved that problem. I didn't even know a check valve was a thing until I went to the plumbing store and they told me about it. So it's just a little thing, but I think it just proves my point that anybody can do this. You don't have to be an expert plumber or electrician or carpenter. You can just figure it out as you go. Nothing's too hard. Nothing's impossible. People have been building their own homes for centuries. So I just hope you guys watch this video and you feel inspired to build your own house. You know, take control of your own life. And by all means, if you like this video, share, like, subscribe. I'll be putting up a bunch of content this winter. Hoping to get some trap lines going this winter, so that'll be fun. All right, I'll catch you guys next time.